We're gonna pull up a biggin'. Let's go fishing. Let's go fishing with Coach Brown. Coach Brown.
Hello, welcome to the first episode of Fishing with Coach Brown. This short instructional video series is geared toward the absolute beginner. If you've never been fishing and always wanted to, or maybe you've been a few times without much luck, I'm here to help get you headed in the right direction. My name is Charlie Brown. I know, there's another Charlie Brown out there. I'm the other Charlie Brown. I'm a high school culinary arts teacher and a country songwriter. I also really love to fish. I grew up in a fishing family, and in the past I taught clinics for the Illinois Department of Natural Resources. Throughout my years, I paid close attention to various tips and tricks down to the details of what works and what doesn't work with fishing, which is just as important. I'm here to show you that fishing doesn't have to be complicated, overwhelming, or expensive. I keep things super simple, I don't use fancy gadgets, and I don't spend a lot of money doing it. I've got some family and friends lined up to be special guests for future episodes, and I know we can learn some things from them as well. I'm excited to make a few videos for you and to be your beginning fishing coach. Let's get started. The first thing you need to purchase is a fishing license if you're 16 years old or over. They're $15 here in the state of Illinois, and I'm pretty sure they're the same in other states, but you might want to check that. If you're fishing private property, you don't need a fishing license, but I go ahead and get one every spring because I don't want to be limited to where I can fish. If you plan on fishing out of state, you need to get a license for that particular state. You can get a temporary license, which is 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, or even get an annual license if you want to, depending on how long you're going to be there. You want to make sure you have your license on you at all time. You never know when the game warden's going to pop out of the woods and see what's up. If you get caught without a license, you might have to pay a hefty fine, which is probably a lot more than the cost of the license. If you're a repeat offender, they can confiscate your fishing stuff and even take you to jail, and that's not cool. The money spent on a fishing license goes toward maintaining waterways, boat ramps, stocking lakes, rivers, streams, and also educating and introducing new people to the sport of fishing. The next thing you're going to need is a rod and reel, and my recommendation for you is a closed-faced spin cast rod and reel combo. I've got 3 of them here I want to show you. They're different prices and different quality, and let's go ahead and do that now. These are closed-faced spin cast rod and reel combos. Different price points for you. Closed-faced, meaning the face is closed. You can unscrew this. If you have a tangle, you can reach in there and figure it out. The line's right inside there. Rod and reel combo means you get the rod, you get the reel. The line's already in there for you. It's pretty much ready to go. This is my son's rod and reel. This is his 2nd year using it. No problems whatsoever. He's caught a ton of fish on it. Now, if you want to move up in quality a little bit, strength, durability, how smooth it is, you can go up to a Zebco 33. This is my rod and reel. A little stronger, a little smoother. It's got a different feature here called a bite alert. You can tell if you have a bite. I don't use it, but it's there if I want to. Now, if you want to go up in strength and smoothness some more, you can go up to $40 and get a Zebco Roam. This is my 1st year using this. I really, really like it. Super smooth, super strong. Never had any problems with it. I think these have only been out a few years, and I probably would have got black if they would have had it, but all they had was the neon green. Now, if you want to go up in price and quality, you can go up to a couple $100 if you want to, but this is my range right here, pretty much where I stay. While you're thinking about which rod and reel you want to purchase, let's talk about tackle boxes. I recommend getting a small or a medium-sized tackle box. I don't recommend a large tackle box, the one with all the drawers and the shelves and the compartments and all the room on the inside, because the tendency is to fill it up with a bunch of stuff we won't use. We want to keep it simple and keep it compact. This is my tackle box. This is my Woodstream Old Pal 1010. Got it for Christmas in 1982. I use it because it's a cool part of my childhood, but also it makes me really think about what I'm going to put in here. It has limited space. And I have 20 items in my tackle box. I call it the Tacklebox 20 Essentials, or the Tacklebox 20. And I'm going to go through this with you. Let's do it. All right. Item number 1, assorted hooks. I have 6 different kinds of hooks here. So I have bluegill hooks, bass hooks, 2 different kinds. I've got some treble hooks, some bait hooks, and some crappie hooks. Let's start with the bluegill hooks. My recommendation is to get what they call cricket hooks. They're super small, but they'll also have a long shank. Now, bluegill's mouth is super small, so you need a small hook. But if they end up swallowing it, it's almost impossible to get your fingers in there to get it out. But if you have a long shank on your hook, your chances of getting the hook out is a lot better. Up next is the large bass hook. This is the only kind of hook that I recommend that is large. It's an offset hook, offset meaning it's got that little bend right here. We're going to use these when we use soft plastics or plastic worms. And we can also use these here for bass. It's called a weedless hook. It's got this little wire here. Keeps the weeds from getting on your hook. Keeps it basically weedless and snagless 95% of the time. Next up we have some crappie hooks. Crappie hooks are a little bigger than bluegill hooks because a crappie's mouth is a little bigger than a bluegill's. They keep these hooks very thin because we use minnows a lot when we fish for crappie, and a thin hook will keep the minnow alive longer. Next up is the treble hook. I would always recommend going small on your hooks if you can. If you don't know if you should go small or larger, I would always go smaller. Treble hook has 3 hooks. As a kid, I would call it a trouble hook because the fish was in trouble if he had 3 hooks in his mouth. We'll use these for carp and catfish. There you have it. Assorted hooks. Item number 2. Assorted weights. Small split shot weights, medium-sized split shot weights, and these are bullet weights or slip sinkers. They slide on your line. Split shot weights, they're shaped like a little Pac-Man and they pinch on your line. Number 3, assorted bobbers. These are, we call them skinny bobbers. These are pear-shaped bobbers. And then your regular standard size bobber. Looks like this one's been used a few times. Item number 4 is a rooster tail. This is a size 1. I would go size 1, or if you can go smaller, you can do that too. If you're not sure which size to get with your lures, I would always go smaller because you can catch big fish with a small lure. Item number 5 is a beetle spin. These things are great for bass, crappie, bluegill, sometimes catfish, and they come with an extra couple bodies in case the other one gets chewed up. Item number 6 are jigs. Some people call them crappie jigs. They're for panfish. Crappie, bluegill, bass, these things are great. If you don't know which size to get, go small. Item number 7, a floating Rapala minnow, small. These are great for bass, crappie, and bluegill, sometimes catfish. Number 8 is a jitterbug. We're going to fish topwater with this for bass. These are so fun to use. A jitterbug. Item number 9 is a moss boss. Great for bass, on top of the moss, on top of lily pads, on top of different vegetation. A lot of fun. Item number 10, got some plastic worms here. I usually go Berkley power bait. Some people call them plastic worms, some people call them soft plastics or rubber worms. I usually go natural in color and I don't get too big. And I usually go Berkley power bait because they smell horrible but the fish love them. Great for catching bass. Item number 11, extra fishing line in case you need to restring your pole. I usually go name brand, Trilene, or Stren just because I don't want to chintz on the line. I want it to be extra strong. Item number 12, some nail clippers. You can hang them around your neck with a lanyard or a string. You'll be clipping your line all day long, and this is very, very handy, and you won't have to use your teeth. Number 13, a lighter. You never know when you need a campfire. Item number 14, waterproof matches, just in case it rains and your lighter gets wet. It's good. Item number 15, a fillet knife. I use this only for filleting fish. I keep another knife in here, the next item, for everything else. $3 Walmart. Item 16 is other knife. I keep another knife in here for whittling sticks, for cutting line, for cutting bait. Then I save my fillet knife for just cleaning fish. Item number 17 is needle nose pliers. You'll be using these a lot to get the hooks out of the fish's mouth. Sometimes they swallow it and you need to really get down in there and get it, and your fingers are too big to get down in there. Got this for $1. Yard sale. Item number 18 is a scale. You never know when you're going to catch a big one. You want to see how much that thing weighs so you can show your friends how cool you are. Item number 19 is a first aid kit. Got some Neosporin, some towelettes, some Band-Aids. You're going to be around hooks and fins all day long and you get nicked up a little bit, so it's good to have. And the last item is a bait rag. You'll be working around bait, fish, worms, dirt. It's just good to have something to wipe your hands off with. You can catch tons of fish on this stuff. The last thing you'll need to get started fishing is a dip net. And a dip net is to help us land large fish. You never know when you're going to hook into a big one, and you want to have a dip net with you. I've gone fishing many a times, and I didn't bring a dip net, and I've lost some big fish. So make sure you get one of these. I believe you have everything you need to start fishing now. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to tie a simple but very strong fishing knot. We're going to learn our way around these spin cast rod and reels, and we're going to practice casting. In the video after that, we're going to go bluegill fishing. If you'd like to be notified of videos, please subscribe and press the bell. I appreciate you stopping by Fishing with Coach Brown, and we'll talk to you soon.